The myth of the one. Have you ever had a girlfriend and you thought she was the one? And then maybe things didn't work out too well. And you guys broke up. You left her, she left you, whatever. And man, that hurt. You couldn't think of any other woman, any other girl. All you could think about was her. You couldn't sleep, you couldn't eat. You didn't think you was ever going to get over it. She was the one for you, and if you just had her back, everything would be okay. And you're thinking, she had to be the one for me. She's the only one for me. I think if you've dated any length of time with more than one or two girls in your life, you've probably experienced that. And then time passes. You start feeling a little better. You kind of let her go a little bit. And then you meet another girl. And you start going out with her. Or maybe a couple other girls. And you start going out with them. And then those feelings fade. And eventually you meet someone else. And things start going well. And you stop and ask yourself, how could I have thought that that girl was the one? Maybe you see her a year or two later. She's gained some weight, or maybe she was partying. Maybe that's why you broke up with her. And she's looking kind of rough. And then you thank God that you didn't get her back and that things didn't work out. Well, I've lived long enough to experience that more than once. And there's been other girls I saw that I tried to pick up on and just couldn't score with them for whatever reason. And then down the road, I'm thinking, man, she was looking hot back then, but now she's not looking too good. Kind of glad I didn't get together with her, because I really had a thing for these girls and I kind of wanted them to be my girlfriend, which is the wrong attitude to go about when you meet a girl, because they can feel that I want a girlfriend vibe. And especially nowadays, it just doesn't seem to work very well. Now, back in my day, a long time ago, when things were quite a bit different and girls weren't so, how do I say it, easily available, promiscuous, it was a little different back then, because girls actually were looking for a guy to go steady with, is what they called it. But now, it seems more common for a girl to just be looking for a guy to hook up with. And that's something else you guys need to think about too, is the emotional attachment that you get when you start having sex on a regular basis with a girl. You will get to feeling like she is the one. But let me tell you what, I've had a lot of ones out there in my life. I've been married several times. I've had long-term relationships. I've had short-term relationships. I've had one-night stands. And I've had probably 4 or 5 ones. And I'm still dating occasionally whenever I can run onto somebody. And I may have another one in my life. But what I've realized is there is no one. Now, everyone has a different path and a different experience. So maybe you met a girl in high school or whatever, and you guys have been together for years. You got married and had kids, and she's your soulmate, as they say, or she's the one for you. And maybe she is, or maybe it seems that way because you never experienced anybody else after her. Or you guys stayed together. And apparently you're meant to be together, or you still wouldn't be with her. And if you're happy with her, that's great. But for most of us, there isn't that one soulmate. That's more of a mental thing. It's kind of a myth. We think she's the one because we become, I think they say, chemically attached to her. It's like a chemical addiction. Once you are with someone for quite some time and you guys have had a lot of time, how do I say this? A lot of time together, physically, sexually, emotionally, you bond with that person. There are some people that say when you exchange DNA, the body fluids, that causes some kind of an attachment also. There are so many things about the human being that we really don't understand yet, so there could be some truth in that too. But police hate to go to a domestic, because that's where some of those dangerous things happen, because of the emotion involved. This is my opinion, but that's why adultery used to be considered a fault in a divorce. In Texas, there was a law that if you caught your wife sleeping with a woman and you caught them in the act, that you could actually, how would I say, eliminate them and legally be not obligated or in trouble for it because of the emotional attachment and connection there. I don't think that's a law anymore. Maybe it is. Maybe some of you guys could tell me. I'm not sure. I'm sure you could look it up on the internet. Because that is really an emotional trauma for a man or a woman if they catch their partner or their lover, their wife in bed with someone. Because there's that feeling that she's the one. So remember this. You may have what you think is the one, but if you're a young man, there could be many other ones. And if you don't know any different, you don't know any different. If the one that you're with is all you know, how can you not know that there might be something better out there? Someone better for you, someone better suited for you, someone better fitted for you, someone who will add more to your life than the one you're currently with. And if a man and a woman don't complement each other, what's the point in being together? You're better off alone than to be with someone who drags you down. I told that to the last girl I dated. I said, if you're not adding to my life, I'm better off by myself. And I was too, because we had two different ideas, two different views of morality, of how life should be, of how a relationship should be. And basically it was draining me. So I had to walk away from that. And you may find sometime in your life that you may have to walk away from someone too. It's difficult when you've spent some good times with them and maybe some bad times. A mixture of both it takes to make a relationship. And you may feel like she's the one. But I'll guarantee you this feeling will pass, and especially will pass when you meet someone else. I don't tend to believe that the quickest way to get over a girl is to get another girl underneath of you. There's a saying, something like that. Because you're not allowing yourself time to deal with those emotions and to learn from that pain that we go through when we break up with someone. So there's a real good chance that you'll end up right back in the same situation again with another girl with a different face, but the same scenario. Because there's something you have to learn from that. If that didn't work out, you have to ask yourself, what was your part in it? What do I need to change so I don't repeat the same thing over and over again? Many guys want to blame the girl. Oh, it's her fault. She's this, she's that, whatever. Well, why did you get attached to her? Why did you pick her? What was it about her that you were attracted to? Why did it end the way it did? Why did you lead it to that conclusion? Because you as the man are the leader. She's not supposed to be leading the interaction. Just some things to think about today as you go along your way. And thank you to my 1,600 and, I can't remember, 43 subscribers. We are moving up fast. If you'd like to get my help personally, marksinspiration.com. You could book a consultation with me, and we will figure out your problems and get you headed in the right direction. Take care. Have a great day.